Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Rain. How are you guys? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So when I first started producing, one thing I really wanted to learn was how to use granular synthesis. There wasn't a ton of info about it online. It seems to be a really popular technique nowadays. So today I thought I would kind of go through how I use it in my production. I've got a completely stock Ableton instrument rack. You do have to download the Max for Live granulator, but it's free. I'll drop a link in the description. There's quite a few different uses for it. Yeah, I'm going to show you the ways I use it, and hopefully you guys can incorporate it into your productions as well. So let's go. Alright, so first things first, let's toss on the Ableton Max for Live granulator. Pretty much with these guys, it's a granular synth, but it is synthesis, but in my opinion, it's more kind of sampling because it's not not synthesis based. The way it works is you toss any sample into it. For instance, I'm just gonna toss in a little vocal here. I'll show you just the raw sample before we toss it in. So it's just a sustained vocal note. And then if you hear me play a note on the granulator, it's basically cutting it up into a ton of different little bits and pieces, grains technically, and looping them in a different order to make the sound pretty much. So as you can hear it looping, and it's got that little delay on it kind of, just due to the fact that the grains are getting smaller and smaller. So you can adjust different parameters like the grain size. So this will basically, when you raise it, it'll toss it into like more grains or less grains, and then if you move it down, obviously it'll so if you move it down, it's obvious it's less grains. It'll be kind of slower, and then if you move it up, it'll be more grains. And then there's also some timing knobs in here, like this spray knob, which you can get some cool sounds out of. So with this spray knob, basically what it's doing is, you can see I have it here at 800 milliseconds. So it can also choose basically different grains 800 milliseconds before or after our selected grain size in our file position. And obviously you can move the file position around as well. In this case, it's not going to sound that different because we have like a sustained note, but if I toss some other vocal sample in that's playing different notes, you'll hear the pitch change when I change the file position around. So and yeah, you could also mess with this little knob called spike. And basically what that does is it changes the shape of how the grains are being like played. If you see this little shape right here, it's going to be playing this shape, like the highest volume of the grains are going to be in the middle, and then it gets lower and lower. So when it's at this like round shape, it's not going to be as glitchy. When I move it wider, I guess, you can hear it getting glitchier because basically what's happening, it's playing one loud and then the next grain quiet, and then so on and so forth, and it just keeps repeating, which is why you're hearing that like glitchy sound to it. So that's basically granular synthesis in a little bundle there. A lot of this stuff you don't even need to know. I actually made a granular little Ableton instrument rack for you guys with the Max for Live synth, and it super simplifies everything down for you. I'll toss it in here. It's preloaded with a little sample in it as well that I think sounds pretty cool. So like I'll play a note on this guy, and that's just right off the bat, but I can change so much stuff and get all sorts of crazy results. Like I have all these different knobs. There's a space knob, grain size, a glitch knob, reverb, delay, attack, release. So everything you need in a synth. And basically you can see how everything reacts here. So I'll just play C on the keyboard. So the grain size obviously gets a little glitchy, and you can mix this grain size knob with this glitch knob to get some crazy results. So like, and then you could add like space into it. So yeah, there's honestly endless possibilities with this. Just to show you an example, like I'll create a little MIDI clip here for you guys. Oh yeah, like I'll just make a little melody. I actually have a little drum loop here. So I'm gonna make a little melody with this guy. And the cool thing about the granular stuff is you can go absolutely insane on the melodies with like creating different octaves, and you'll still get crazy results. But like I'll just start with like a little. So I mean, right off the bat with everything all stock, it's already sounding kind of cool, but we can change some parameters. So I like that. So I'll do that, and then let's add another note here. So like I'll add like a really high note, and I'll make like a little fill. So then we can just automate some parameters around and do all sorts of different stuff. So like just automating just the little glitch knob around, it's already making things cool. So we'll do. So you can get some crazy stuff like. I also have a nice little reverb and delay, so we can do like a little reverb throw. See, like that's pretty sick already. Well, that's like a very small amount of stuff you can do with this. Another thing that's cool too is just like making chords. So like a lot of people do these for like the cool lead sounds, or which is what I mostly do them for, but you can also do a ton of really cool pads. Like you can make a bunch of dreamy pad stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's already a pretty cool sounding pad, but make it sound glitchier. Add a slower attack and release. So yeah, I mean, you can do that type of stuff and really make any type of sound you want. Just if you're looking to make like a glitchier sound, it really works in all types of music. But it's cool for like fills. This little instrument rack that I made for you guys, it has a lot of capability to it. So all right, that's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. If you want to cop the instrument rack, I got it in the link below on my website for only $5. A lot of the other Granular plugins run at like $100, $200, and this one can definitely get you to the same level. So yeah, there's a link to that below. I'd love to hear what you guys make of it. Yeah, if you want to hit me up, I'm always answering DMs and stuff on my socials. You can hit me up at raiin music right there. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.